White's Contender Series Season 9, Week 7 takes place tomorrow, and here are my picks for the entire card. First off, let's look how we did last week at Week 6. We went 3-2. It looked like a sweep was inbound. We got the first 3 picks correct. We got the underdog Cody Chovinchek correct, but then Muhammad Ali gets starched in the first round. Now, I didn't think Muhammad Ali was good. I was advising people to not bet Muhammad Ali. He goes out there, gets starched in round 1. I didn't think that would happen. And then Maxon Lee in the main event, I thought he would use his range to his advantage. I thought he would have the better of the striking against Hector Souza. But Hector Souza, with his dad passing away the day before, I guess sometimes there's just things you don't bet against. And it's, your dad dying. Don't bet against that. As for the bets, we went 1-3. I believe, down 0.8 units. We hit on Chovinchek as the underdog. We picked Paddy McCrory to win by KO. Paddy McCrory just goes out there and has like the worst performance I've ever seen in my life. And we also had the under 1.5 in the main event. And Hector Souza just completely ragdolled and grappled Maxon Lee for 3 rounds. So, the bets are not that good. The picks are pretty good. Hopefully this week we can put it all together in our little crock pot of bets and picks and come up with some profit. First fight on the card is Rafael Tobias taking on Jair de Oliveira. Now for Rafael Tobias, he's got 5 KO wins, 5 submission wins, 3 decision wins. He shows me that he knows how to win a fight. However, his one loss is by KO. And when you watch back the film on this guy, his striking is not that good. He's very clunky. He's very slow. He's really trying to get the takedown in order to win the fight. If this stays standing for a long period of time, I'm not liking Tobias's chances to win. And at minus 390, you might take a stab at Jair if you see the fight is standing. He went 0-1 at LFA, and that has been his only jump up in competition so far. I don't like that. He trains at Shooter Box, so I do like that. He is going to have a big size advantage. He's going to be 7 years younger than Jair. He looks like a bigger Bruno Ferreira, all right? Just the way he acts, the way he fights, the way he just marauds forward, and he's just big muscular guy. Kind of like Bruno Ferreira. He also fights like him. He tries to knock you out on the feet, and if that doesn't work out, he tries to bring you down to the mat to submit you. As for Jair de Oliveira, it's basically impossible to find any tape on this guy. The only tape I did see was he was fighting in a mall and he head kicked some guy in 20 seconds. So I do like his striking just based on that alone. 4 KOs, 1 submission, 1 decision, 6-0. Not really much of an amateur career. Not really much of a step up in competition on his resume. He's currently doing a GoFundMe for his fight camp expenses. So, he needs to win this fight. He needs the UFC contract way more than Rafael Tobias does. Rafael Tobias is 22. Jair is 29. Jair has a GoFundMe for his fight camp. Rafael, if he loses this one, he'll just go back to training and just get more regional cans on his resume. As for Jair, if he loses this one, he's never going to be back in the UFC again. So if you want to pick and bet this based on who needs it more, Jair would be the pick. But as for everything else, Rafael Tobias will be the quicker guy. He's going to be the guy with the better grappling chops. And ultimately speaking, I kind of have to take the big favorite, Rafael Tobias, to win this by submission. I think on the feet, it's going to be questionable. Jair is a former heavyweight coming down to light heavyweight, so he's going to probably have some power in his fist more than Rafael. So if this stays standing, Jair by KO is interesting, but I'm still sticking with Rafael Tobias. I think he's going to get takedowns. I think he'll find the sub. Next fight on the card is Javier Reyes taking on Justice Torres. Javier Reyes is a proven finisher, 9 KOs, 8 submissions, 4 decision wins. Justice Torres is a proven decision merchant, 5 KOs, 1 submission win, 6 decision wins. Javier Reyes, he went 5-0 at Combat Global, 2-2 at LFA, and in both of those LFA losses, he got completely starched out cold. One of them going against Larry Ann Douglas, and one of them going against Alex Velasco. His chin is a major concern. If Javier Reyes does not get takedowns in this fight, he will get knocked out. Justice Torres has power in his hands. He was 12-3 at Fury FC, which I think is a very good promotion. Now, if you look at Justice Torres' losses, all 3 of them, he lost them because he got taken down and controlled. And Javier Reyes has shown that in his game, he likes to take you down and control you. But Javier Reyes has also showed that he can stand there for long periods of time and take damage. Even in some fights where he wins, he gets knocked down. He's been knocked out already twice, like I said. His chin is a major concern. Javier will have the 5-inch reach advantage, but Justice Torres is going to actually be the bigger guy in the octagon. If this stays standing, I think Justice Torres wins, and I don't think Javier Reyes is going to go out there and shoot takedowns like everyone thinks, like the betting line suggests. So for those reasons, I'm going with the underdog, Justice Torres. I think he's the better striker. I think he's fought the better brand of competition. I think he's way more durable than Javier Reyes. He has more decision-winning moments than Javier Reyes. And I think Javier Reyes, if his game plan is to shoot takedowns and trying to find a sub, I don't believe that's going to work out for him. Next fight on the card is Sofia Montenegro taking on Jeisla Chaves. Now, Sofia Montenegro, she's got 3 KO wins, 1 sub win, 2 decision wins. She's fighting this on short notice, which means that Jeisla Chaves was actually the person that was made for this fight. Sofia just got called in on short notice. They just grabbed her off the regional street. She trains with Esteban Ribovic at some Argentinian MMA gym. She's got a Muay Thai background. She's mainly a striker. She does mix in the grappling against lower level regional cans. One thing I noticed about Sofia is her chin is a major concern. She often fights with her hands down, so she's there to get hit. And when she does get hit, she does not look good. Like, she does not take the damage well whatsoever. I think the only reason she's minus 220 is because the public just looks at the topology pictures and just thinks that Sofia is going to win because she's, I guess, cuter. I don't know. I'm not saying she's cuter than Jeisla. I mean, I'm not saying nothing about looks, but that's the only thing I can think of for why she would be a minus 220 favorite. Another reason is that Chaves has a completely cherry-picked resume. Half of her fights were underneath her head coach's fighting promotion, which means that her head coach was literally hand-picking people that she knew that she could beat and put her up against her. So I don't like that at all. And then if you look at her fight footage, you can barely find anything. She does have 3 KO wins, 2 decision wins. She will have the slight size advantage. She has a Muay Thai background just like Sofia. And honestly speaking, it's hard to pick someone that you can barely find any footage on, any tape on. But one thing I do know is Sofia has a very questionable chin. She has very questionable durability. She nearly got knocked out by like a 2-4 girl, nearly got knocked out by like an 0-1 girl. I do not like that for Sofia. And Jeisla, 5-0, she has KOs on her record. I'm sure she's going to go out there and look to strike. So, with that being said, I'm going with the women's underdog. It is WMMA after all. So, in a coin flip matchup, WMMA, Dana White's Contender Series, I'm leaning with the underdog. Underdog women this season have been doing pretty well. I'm going with Jeisla Chaves, not to win by decision. I'm going one step further. I think that if she lands big on Sofia, Sofia will actually just go to sleep. So, similar to Shannon Clark, I believe, against Eunice Dubon. Give me Jeisla Chaves by KO. Next fight on the card is Brahyan Zurcher taking on Murtazali Magomedov. Now, Brahyan Zurcher, you might like to pick him because he fought on the PFL. He went 5-0 there. He is undefeated with a nice 9-0 record. He's got 4 KOs, 3 sub wins, 2 decision wins. But things I don't like about Zurcher is he trains at Cobrina BJJ, which seems to be a self-owned gym. And if you're training at your own gym, that probably means you're not testing yourself. You're not getting new experience under your belt. You're not improving. So that's something I don't like at all. Number 2, he was 5-0 at PFL, but that was on the Challenger Series. He never got promoted to the actual major leagues of the PFL. So they must have seen something they didn't like, and that makes me not like it either. He wants to bring fights to the mat. He's a backpack merchant, leg kick merchant, and against a guy that tries to shoot takedowns against him, I don't know if he's actually going to do well. Murtazali, on the other hand, he's got 4 KOs, 4 sub wins, went 7-0 as an amateur, which means he's basically 16-0 inside of an MMA octagon. He trains with Alibia Diris, who doesn't have the best grappling because he just got submitted by Joseph Morales. So maybe Zurcher, who always shoots takedowns, will have grappling success in this matchup. But as a Kyrgyzstani guy, Kyrgyzstani grappling seems to be on another level. I mean, I'm not seeing any Kyrgyzstanis get submitted or tapped out. Shout out to Shevchenko getting tapped out by Alexa Grasso. But other than that, Kyrgyzstanis, these Middle Eastern countries, man, they produce fighters that just love to fight. The problem is he's going up against a Mexican, and Mexicans also love to fight. I mean, Murtazali, he chases takedowns. He's got decent power on the feet. He's going to be a ground and pound merchant. I sincerely doubt Zurcher's ability to control Murtazali on the ground for a long period of time. But the other way around, I could easily see Murtazali controlling Zurcher on the ground for a long period of time. I think Murtazali even has more power on the feet. So for those reasons, I'm taking it. I'm taking another dog shot. We're going Murtazali Magomedov by decision. He hasn't won a decision yet, but if I see this fight going how I think it will, I think Murtazali is going to shoot takedowns. I think he's going to have success with them. I think Zurcher is going to continuously get up, fire leg kicks. Murtazali goes for takedowns again, lands some nice ground and pound, eventually wins a decision. In the main event of the evening, we got Đani Barbir taking on Mantas Kondratavičius. Oh, jeez. Đani Barbir, he's got 4 KOs, 3 submission victories. He went 2-0 as an amateur with 2 finishes. I don't like that he fought at FNC for the most part. I don't really know what FNC is. And I also don't like that he trains at like the Croatian American top team with Ivan Erslan. Not many good people at that gym. I do like that he has great anti-grappling. He's got decent takedown defense. He's got big power on the feet. But I don't like that he's often there to get hit. Even in his wins, he hasn't lost yet. He just gets smacked in the face over and over and over again. His head movement is not there. It is non-existent. And I think someone with good KO power clips him. He's going to sleep. As for Mantas, he's got 5 KO wins, 2 submission wins. He went 4-2 as an amateur with 4 finishes. There is going to be a finish in this fight. And I'm 90% certain someone's getting KO'd in this fight. I mean, Đani Barbir leaves himself there to get hit. Mantas is humongous. He's Lithuanian, and Lithuanian usually have good strikers. All right, he's got a kickboxing background. He trains at Fighter House with Julia Stolyarenko, so you know his jiu-jitsu from his back is on point. Like I said, tall, powerful striker. He can also mix in takedowns as well. And Đani Barbir in his fights hasn't showed to be great against takedowns. Now, for all those reasons, Đani Barbir doesn't move his head. Mantas is going to be there moving forward, firing big shots. With all that being said, yet again, I'm taking another underdog, all right? I'm going with Mantas Contradiction to to take the dub here. He's going to be way bigger. He might be more clunkier. I think Đani Barbir is quicker on the feet, but I think once it gets close, Mantas is going to throw a cross down the middle, and Đani Barbir is going to get slept. That's how I see it, honestly. And my final predictions for Season 9, Week 7. We got an interesting one this week, fellas, okay? We're going from picking no underdogs 2 weeks ago to picking 4. I don't think this is going to work out, but alas, we got Rafael Tobias as the first fight of the night, minus 390 favorite. Probably the most untrustworthy favorite of all of them, and that's the only one I'm picking. So we got Torres by round 2 KO, Chaves by round 2 KO, Magomedov picking up his first career decision, and Contradiction in the main event getting the KO as well. I think this is going to be an epic night of fights. Overall, I think there's some decent level guys, some regional cans potentially. Should be lit.